So Americans should not have any guns at all.
I don't think so. No.
Do you agree?
I do agree.
So no guns at all. So we have about 380 million guns in this country.
Welcome back to the Common Sense Observer, everybody. I sincerely hope you're doing well, and before we get started on today's video, there's one important thing to know. You see, the first few videos that we released on the Common Sense Observer first involved me taking a look at the video first, in an effort to get my thoughts together on it before I were to do my commentary on it. But for the sake of making this a little more organic, more so than the other videos already are, I decided it would be best to do commentary on this video completely blind. So today I'm going to be doing my commentary on this video, Charlie Kirk gets mic shut off but refuses to leave, has crazy debate. This seems like a very interesting video indeed, and considering that this is Charlie Kirk that's involved here, it wouldn't surprise me how amazingly he owns this lady in the microphone. We're going to keep the interruptions on this video to a minimum, but before we start, CSO family, make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up button and notification bell down below, and share this with your friends and family members too. All that out of the way, let's take a look at this now, shall we?
I honestly feel extremely disappointed that I see people here that I've grown up with and knew my entire life. It honestly feels pretty honestly. Yes. But what I want to know is your opinion on gun violence and gun control.
Well, first, why does it make you feel so bad that they're here?
Because I know that we grew up a different way.
You grew up a different way?
Yes.
What way do you think I espouse?
Very conservative, very.
Does that make me like a bad person? Like.
When you go against my rights and my beliefs, yes. I think so. But to my question.
Okay. Yeah. About gun violence,
yes.
What in particular?
So much for
like
agree to disagree.
The shootings that are going on in America, that thousands of kids are dying.
Well, thousands of kids aren't dying every year, but a lot of kids are dying. You're right.
It's actually 30,000 kids die a year due to gun violence. 30,000
kids do not die a year. 30,000 total people die due to gun violence, 2/3 of which are suicide, and the majority are urban violence. You guys can fact check me on this at any time, by the way. 30,000 kids do not die of gun violence a year. So in order to be consistent, because you care about gun violence,
yes, I do.
Should we take all the pistols away so that no gang violence can happen in Kansas City, Chicago, Houston, etc.?
Yeah.
So all pistols should be taken?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So Americans should not have any guns at all?
I don't think so, no.
Do you agree?
I do agree.
So no guns at all. So we have about 380 million guns in this country. How do you suggest getting them?
I think we should just do background checks on everyone.
No, we already own them, right? So how do we take the guns away?
I mean, I don't think there's any real physical way we can take away the guns, but how can we prevent this in the future?
Right, but that's important. Since we can't get rid of the 380 million guns, what are we going to do?
There has to be some form of incentive to get people to give up their guns in order
so
for
like buybacks and confiscation?
Yes.
Yeah. Got it. So you would get rid of the Second Amendment?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because children are dying.
Got it. So 30,000 people. Got it. 30,000 people die of gun violence a year, right? 30,000. 55,000 people die from auto fatalities every year. Should we get rid of cars?
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, it is. No, you said 30,000. That's a lot of people, but a lot more people die because of cars. So we should get rid of them, right?
I don't think so. That's different.
No, it's not different. It's more people. We care about people, right? So we should try to make America safer. Get rid of liberty. So cars got to go. Yeah.
So.
Well, but I thought we'll save lives. We'll save 55,000 lives a year.
Yeah, and
when you have liberty, you have bad things that happen. So, for example, when you have driving, we all love to drive. You have 55,000 people a year that'll either drive drunk or going ahead in traffic, but we accept the cost for the freedom. With guns, there are a lot of benefits to have guns. A lot.
What?
You can protect yourself against home invasion.
9 times out of 10, if you have a gun in your home, it is more likely to be used against you.
Yeah, if you have suicidal ideation and mental health problems, that's true.
If someone breaks into my house and steals my gun, that means I have suicidal ideation?
No. The stat you're referencing is if the gun is used against you is only true if it's talking about self-harm. It's not true in other means. So you as young ladies on campus here, I don't know if you go to KSU or not.
Yeah.
But you have a gun, you can protect yourself against someone trying to attack you.
I also have a knife, pepper spray.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, knife and pepper spray won't do anything if a guy really wants to attack you. So a gun is an equalizer. So I hope you guys own guns, both of you.
We do not.
Why? I mean, I guess you're just, that's fine. That's your right. You could choose to own or not. But I guess the question is you must be consistent. If we want to stop the killing, then there's a lot of things we got to get rid of. We got to get rid of baseball bats. A lot of people die with baseball bats, domestic abuse. Got to get rid of knives. By the way,
Yeah.
a lot of people die with knives, right? Because if it's about stopping the killing and ensuring safety, there's a lot of things we have to get rid of. But we don't have a government that's built on safety. We have a government that's built on liberty.
So why don't we have a government that's built on safety and protecting the people?
Got
that
it.
They are
No, that's an
saying
important
protecting?
question. Because why don't we have a government built on safety? That's not the American birth certificate.
Yeah.
Our birth certificate is that you guys can do as you see fit, and there will sometimes be amazing things and negative things that happen. And when the negative things happen, we're going to rally as a people, but that's part of the human condition.
So school shootings are a part of the human condition.
Well, school shootings are a choice because we should have school resource officers. Do you think we should have armed guards? Not every school. Do you think we should have armed guards at every school in America?
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't see
so.
why
What's
not.
keeping those
Okay, got
armed
it.
guards
No,
from
so do you think we should have armed guards at the football game tonight?
I don't see why not.
You don't need to? I thought we were worried about gun violence. So no armed guards at the football game. Should we have armed guards in front of banks?
Yeah.
I was in a school shooting my senior year of high school, and an armed guard saved my life.
An armed guard saved your life? So if we had more armed guards in schools, would it be a better thing?
Absolutely.
They had to wait 10 years before they can get a visa to come here to work. And I believe that we need to, work on making the system better so that immigrants who really want to work, who are not criminals or bad people, to come here, and so that.
But do you
criminals
agree
can
that
stop.
the American citizen should be put first ahead of immigrants? Who should be
Yes.
prioritized?
And no, it's a bit of a mixed bag. There's always. Okay,
But doesn't
what
a
am I trying to
government
say?
doesn't a government exist first to protect and to provide for its own people?
Oh, I stopped recording.
That's okay.
I just wanted to show this video to my sister.
No problem.
Okay, so let me first start off by saying that I think it's really awesome that in spite of Charlie Kirk's faulty equipment, at least I think it might be faulty, or maybe there was some kind of operator error, who knows. Anyway, in spite of all that, it's really awesome that he's willing to put forth extra effort to get his points across, even without a working microphone. Really just goes to show you that you don't need all the proper equipment to look professional. Among other things, of course. But anyway, let's first talk about those two millennials saying that the Second Amendment should be abolished, which the statement in itself is absolutely absurd. Their defense for this is that apparently 30,000 children every year are killed by gun violence in the USA, which does not make any sense whatsoever. Allow me to show you some statistics according to pewresearch.org. In 2021, the most recent year for which complete data is available, 48,830 people died from gun-related injuries in the US according to the CDC. If you were to look at this pie chart, it shows that 43% of those deaths are murders, and 54% of those deaths being the person crossing themselves off the census, with another 3% showing other. 43% amounts to about 26,000 people being murdered via a firearm, which is terrible, don't get me wrong. But like Charlie Kirk said, more people every year are killed by cars than they are by firearms. Or excuse me, let me correct myself. A person using a firearm, because that's all it is at the end of the day. It's a weapon, not a living being. Weapons cannot kill by themselves. And to further debunk that ignorant liberals' claim that 30,000 children every year are killed by gun violence, once again, according to pewresearch.org, in 2019, before the beer virus pandemic, as we're going to call it, there were 1,732 gun deaths among U.S. children and teens under the age of 18. By 2021, that figure had increased to 2,500. It is really tragic that gun deaths among kids and teens has increased, but our point still stands. Perhaps it's true that thousands of children every year are killed by gun violence, but I cannot stress this enough, that is no good reason to abolish the Second Amendment. First off, why was the Second Amendment established in the first place? Our founding fathers had a very good number of reasons to allow us to bear arms. Not only for the sake of self-defense and hunting, those are secondary really. The main reason why is to give we the people the ability to rebel against a tyrannical government, which is very quickly what's happening to America so long as the Democrats keep running this country. Why do you think they all want to get rid of our firearms? Not only that, but looking at the number of murders in 2021 compared to the number of gun owners, that is just peanuts. A mere drop in the bucket compared to the sheer number of gun owners all over this great country. I'm willing to bet that at least one of two people you come across in America will have a firearm on them of some kind. And if not on them, it would be at their house. And that's especially the case if you live in a state like Texas or Florida. There are other things I could say about this, like that one kid at the end trying to say that immigrants, whether legal or not, should be treated the same way as US citizens, which is a terrible philosophy. But I think our point still stands, so that's gonna do it for this video today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I sincerely hope you enjoyed. Assuming you did, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button and notification bell down below, stay tuned for more content similar to this, and always remember, everybody, to observe everything from a common sense perspective.